2021 has been one of the best years for Xbox as a whole. It's not just the brand, but the way the brand has handled itself. From Game Pass to the console, all the way to the games they've brought out. Everything seems to be going their way, and I truly think they kicked off this generation in the best possible way they could have. Let's get into what this year meant for Xbox and why 2022 is going to be an even bigger year. Let's get into this. Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to be notified on future content, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into why Xbox has completely dominated 2021 when it comes to so many aspects of the gaming market. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Sony is bad and this is a console war thing. No, this is about Xbox's 2021 year and what they've brought to gamers as a whole. And to be honest, as a gamer, Xbox has quickly turned into a game publisher that everyone should be a part of. From their console platform to their PC platform, all the way to their cloud infrastructure. Everything from Xbox is about the gamer and what we experience. And one of the biggest things at the center of all of that is Game Pass, something that's shaped Xbox into one of the most consumer-friendly platforms in the industry. Yet it's not just that, it's about Game Pass really flexing how big it could be and how much value it could bring to gamers, something that this Windows Central article mentions right here. Xbox Game Pass has been a thing for a few years now, but I'd say 2021 is the year it really started to make waves. Microsoft's nascent streaming service is how the firm planned to expand the Xbox footprint beyond the console, bringing gamers from PC and mobile platforms into the Xbox fold. Microsoft has a steep hill to climb, yet still to attract audiences outside of the console ecosystem, but they certainly managed to pick up headlines this year with some very powerful deals. Microsoft flexed its checkbook with some very cheeky additions in the spring, namely on the back of Outriders and MLB The Show. While the competition was only offering these games at the full $70 price point, Microsoft slipped them into Xbox Game Pass, which starts at $10 per month. MLB The Show in particular was a strong signal, given that the franchise is developed by its prime competitor, Sony, and has up until now been PlayStation exclusive. Outriders didn't manage to achieve the long tail it was potentially capable of, perhaps due to Square Enix's underestimations, but it still managed to hit quite high on streaming services and most played games list, thanks to its strong multiplayer component. So let me stop right there for a second, because I have to say that MLB The Show going to Game Pass was a massive play by Xbox. No matter what anyone says, that was a former Sony PlayStation exclusive game going to the direct competitor's biggest platform in Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Series X, day and date. I mean, it was pretty funny to see that the PlayStation Studios logo pop up on screen when I launched the game on my Xbox, and I actually played that game for quite a while. It was a great experience and a very well-made game, yet having it on Game Pass made it that much sweeter. And to make matters even worse, Xbox decided to bring Outriders, which again was a massive release for all consoles and all platforms of gaming. Outriders was one of the biggest games to come out this year, and it was a major surprise drop on Game Pass when it first released. Yet it wasn't even close to being the biggest release on Game Pass and Xbox in general, something that this article continues to talk about. Throughout the remainder of the year, Xbox Game Pass continued to bring quality releases to Xbox gamers, with the popular Hades roguelike complete with bespoke touch controls on mobile devices. We also grabbed Psychonauts 2 over 15 years in the making, alongside a mountain of games from EA Play's inclusion into the ultimate tier of the service. We saw Football Manager 2022 drop straight into Xbox Game Pass on PC, alongside unexpected additions like Octopath Traveler and classic Bethesda titles like Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics, with Quake 1, 2, and 3 Arena for good measure. Xbox Game Pass has a very strong basis of content already, and MLB The Show has proven Microsoft isn't shy to whip out the big guns to incentivize growth in the service. More recently, we picked up Halo Infinite, Age of Empires 4, and Forza Horizon 5, all of which launched to heavily critical acclaim, all of which are available as part of the $10 Xbox Game Pass initial fee. So, do you see all of those games mentioned? Halo, Age of Empires, Forza, EA Play, all the Bethesda titles, everything we saw there, everything there was on Game Pass, and it still is. That's something that no other publisher or even Sony can do. It's a huge reason why Xbox completely dominated 2021. Game Pass has been the catalyst to their success. Yet, like Phil Spencer and everyone at Xbox has said before, Game Pass isn't the only thing that matters. In fact, it's the platform in general that matters. Which brings me to the platforms Xbox is on, which is the consoles, PC, not to mention the cloud. Something this article mentions when it talks about the shortages, the console sales, and of course, the new studios and everything tied to the console and Xbox in general. Here's what's said. Xbox Game Pass's fate is, as of right now, intertwined with the console platform that spawned the brand. Microsoft is casting its gaze back a couple of decades in a docuseries called Power On, examining the success and failures of the Xbox entity up to this point. I'd say 2021 is certainly a high point for the brand, although it continues to weather choppy waters owing to supply chain disruption. Anyone who has attempted to buy an Xbox Series X this past year knows full well how scarce they've become, getting snatched up near instantaneously the moment they hit shelves. Microsoft has been spitting up silicon between consoles and its Xbox server blades, which power Xbox cloud gaming on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. To that end, it has been the Xbox Series S with its less exotic hardware generating a surge in popularity in markets historically Xbox skeptical such as Japan. This couldn't be understated enough. I do believe that the games and the first-party studios that Xbox has is going to make or break the Series X consoles. And if you look at what they've done this year alone, you can see that Xbox is truly pushing the consoles and their first-party studios to do just that. But it's not just the consoles at the end of the day, it's also the exclusive PC games coming to Game Pass. In the span of the last year and a half, Xbox has turned into one of the biggest publishers for PC games and console games. They've put their DNA all over both platforms, which comes from the studios they've bought. Much like the article mentions here, while announced in 2020, Microsoft completed its full acquisition of Bethesda in 2021, fashioning itself as one of the largest mega publishers alongside likes of EA, Bethesda, and its subsidiary studios like Arcane, id Software, and Machine Games are all legendary in their own right, serving IPs like Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored, and The Elder Scrolls. The acquisition also sees ownership of things like the id Tech engine, cloud streaming algorithms, and even VR patents, alongside popular mobile games like Fallout Shelter and The Elder Scrolls Blades. And this is what's made Xbox completely dominate 2021 and why they've set themselves up to dominate into 2022 and the next generation. The games are at the heart of every single thing they do. The studios they've bought are to make big AAA games that expand into franchises that people love. The Elder Scrolls, Doom, Halo, Forza, Gears, Redfall, Wolfenstein, all of these games are going to be huge for Xbox. And that doesn't even mention Fable, Avowed, The Outer Worlds, and a bunch of other first-party games made by Xbox Game Studios. Oh, and did we forget about the third-party and second-party deals they have with IO Interactive, Avalanche Studios, and other big third-party developers? Do you see the trend that's going around right now? Xbox isn't just about the console or the PC or the cloud. It's about making big games for people to enjoy on the Xbox platform. It's about the ecosystem and the gamers that are a part of it. That's what 2021 showed me, and that's what Xbox showed me as a consumer and gamer. They want to make the biggest platform where we get to play the biggest games. And don't get me wrong, Sony and Nintendo will compete, Ubisoft will compete, EA will compete. All of these publishers and developers will compete with each other. The big difference is that Xbox is finally going to compete with first-party games that will shake the foundation of gaming. They will make those next-generation only games. They will make the biggest games in the industry like Starfield and Halo Infinite. They will continue to bring out huge games with huge worlds that we get to play in, all of which will be on Xbox Game Pass on the console and on the PC and in the cloud. That to me is a massive endeavor, yet one I think Xbox is pulling off. And I say that because of the year they've had in 2021. The year they finally told the gaming world they're here to compete at the highest level. And that's what I've seen this whole year, and that's what I continue to see in 2022. Do you see how many games are coming to the platform? Do you see how many deals they're locking down? Do you see how much relationships they build with indie developers and third-party developers? They're here to stay, and this next generation kicked off like no other I've ever seen in Xbox. Better than the 360 era, way better than the Xbox One era, and better than when Halo dropped on Xbox for the first time they brought out a console. I can't believe how big this is, and I can't believe how big the competition is going to get. And like I said before, Sony's going to compete, all these publishers are going to compete, and all that does is make us gamers that much happier. But enough of what I think about all this. Tell me what you think. Are you surprised by the year Xbox has had? Do you think they dominated 2021? Will they continue to dominate into 2022? What else could they do to prove they're here to compete? What publisher or studio will compete with them the most? Will Xbox finally show what they really can do this generation? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button to support us out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I've been playing nothing but Halo Infinite. I beat the campaign. I put 30 plus hours into that thing. I absolutely loved it. It is my game of the year, no contention. I don't care what anybody says. Trust me, I think Forza Horizon 5, if that's your game of the year, or something like Age of Empires or Guardians of the Galaxy, hey, that's great. Those games are awesome and can be game of the years. But for me, Halo Infinite has taken the cake. I absolutely loved it. 343 knocked it out of the park. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed everything about it. The gameplay was smooth. I played it on my Xbox. I played it on my PC, and I have to say, it ran smooth on everything. Were there some bugs here and there? Sure, but you know what? They weren't game breaking. It was more like the game shut down or something like that. You just relaunch it and there you are. It's great again. So I don't know about you guys, but Halo Infinite is amazing. Check it out. It's on Game Pass. Play it anywhere you want, because you know what? It deserves your attention. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your PC? Are you playing something on your Series X? Or are you on your PS5? Let me know down below, because that's what we're here for. It's to talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. And until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.